Why am I wearing a football jersey weeks after the Football World Cup is over? And why are you, my friend, if you have some free time over the weekend, sitting vegetating in front of the television? Welcome to a show that has answers to more sticky questions than you and I do today. Welcome to the new Men's Health and Women's Health show. First up is a story with the very glamorous Women's Health cover girl of the month, Parineeti Chopra. The actress apparently ate 2 pizzas at one go once upon a time. Now she looks like the way I like my pizza, thin and rich. Here's how she got there.
It was the first time I was shooting for Women's Health. I haven't shot with them before, and I was very excited because I'd seen a lot of cool covers, and not only Indian, international covers as well. So I was very excited when they first offered me to be on the cover. It's happier because it's about health. It's more cheerful, it's more positive, it's not, sultry poses at all. So it was very different but very nice, positive experience. I have a success story vis-a-vis my weight, in the sense that I used to be hugely obese when I was growing up, when I was in Manchester, when I was studying. When I come back to India for the first time, I was very, very big. So for me to lose all that weight is a huge thing for me. I'm still working on it. I still want to become fitter and fitter, but I've always been an obese person. So for me to be on Women's Health is something you don't think of. For me, weight loss is always an ongoing process because I really love food. I have been a very, very fat person. So food and eating in quantities is something that I try and control now. But I can't diet. It's impossible for me to diet. Working out is something I don't enjoy, so it's even tougher for me. I wish I enjoyed workouts because then I would, I think, be absolutely perfect by now. But I do say this, if you are a foodie like me, balance it out. If you're eating badly today, don't eat badly tomorrow, space it out. Please drink a lot of water and get a lot of sleep. Your body is strong enough to adapt, and it might not react to bad sleep, but it makes you look bad and you don't know it. But the day you sleep, you look better. So sleep and water, I feel, are hugely underrated and should be practiced by all.
Next up, we're going to meet Amit Joshi, a 31-year-old guy who almost went blind because of diabetes and used fitness to reinvent his life. Today, he's a fitness trainer, an actor, and a huge source of inspiration. Here's his story.
It was just another day in Amit Joshi's life. As usual, he was busy working in his office, meeting the deadlines. When suddenly, he began experiencing a vague blur in his vision. His condition only worsened, with his vision getting weaker by the minute.
I was diagnosed with diabetes a year back. And why I decided to change my entire life around? Well, it was not that I had a lot of options. I was probably going through the worst time of my life. I just ended a relationship. I was diagnosed with diabetes. I was almost into diabetic coma, to the verge of getting blind. And my corporate stress and my work was at peak. So all these 3 unfortunate events in my life came on together, and I hit rock bottom. And when I hit rock bottom, I only had 2 decisions to make, whether to just quit on life or to just rise above all these issues that I had. So I promised myself that I'm not going to let these events bring me down. I'm gonna do something erratic. I'm gonna do a complete makeover of my life. And that's what I did. Healthy is not just healthy by muscles. It's not just healthy by the amount of exercise you can do. Healthy to me means strength and balance emotionally, physically, intellectually, and socially. Well, I feel healthy when I feel strong from my core, not from just my muscles.
Amit quit his high-profile job with his goal clear in his mind.
I exercise 6 days a week, 3 days inside a gymnasium for 45 to 50 minutes. Outside, when I'm outside, I usually take my bicycle, go for long rides. I do a lot of swimming. I do a lot of skipping as well. I'm on a high protein and low carb and medium fat diet. In a day, I could say I take about 2,000 calories, out of which 800 calories come from my protein and about 600 to 700 calories come from my carbs, rest come from my fats. So it's actually a very balanced blend of good fats, high complex carbs and high isolate proteins. I eat a lot of fish, I eat a lot of chicken, I eat a lot of complex carbs like oats, like ragi, and I refrain from fine flours. I refrain from breads, cookies, biscuits, juices, fried foods.
Today, 31-year-old Amit Joshi is a fitness model, actor, and above all, a great inspiration for youngsters.
I was meant to be a role model for people. I'm not saying I am yet, but it's a work in progress. I love acting. I am in a TV series and I'm loving every bit of it. Men's Health actually titled me as the fittest diabetic of the land. Well, if not of the land, I can definitely tell you that I am the fittest diabetic here in NCR region, and I challenge anyone out there who is a diabetic who can come and compete with me on an athletic level. It'll be good. Wake up before you're shocked to wake up.
Can you really get fit by working out just 15 minutes a day? Yes, you can. Fitness expert to the rich and famous Vesna Jacob shows us how.
Today we are going to talk about how can you sculpt your body into a great shape in only 15 minutes. Guys and girls alike love working and shaping up the lower part of the body. It's good to start with the lower body because lower body is always used, so it needs a less time too for preparation. Lunge with leg extensions. When getting into perfect lunge position, make sure that foot is comfortably behind the body. In case you're feeling a stress or strain, shorten your step. Once you are lowering yourself towards the ground, then front knee should not be crossing the toes of your foot. And as you're going down towards the ground, stretch the arms high over the head to feel the stretch in the abdominal region. After you have done 8 to 12 repetitions, hold this position and gently sway, driving your hips side to side of the body allowing the upper body to follow towards the ground in the opposite direction. This exercise is excellent for warming up your body, for engaging all of the lower body muscles as well as your abdominal region. Side extensions with mini loops. In case you don't have a mini loop at home, you can always use an ordinary elastic band, tie a knot to desired length and use it instead. The movement is 3 steps onto one side, followed with the outside leg extension and diagonal movement. This is excellent to target your outer thighs and glutes, hips and thighs. In case you're having problems with balance, you can always get a little bit extra support by holding onto something, and in that case, do not do side movements, but just do a side extension and diagonal extension. Pelvic raises on the stability ball. Lie down on the back and place balls on the closer side of the ball. Make sure that your heels are firmly planted into the ball, as this will help the stability as well as will shift the focus right into the gluteus medius muscle. Once you're comfortable and stable, inhale, and as you exhale, shift your pelvis as high as comfortable. Repeat 8 to 10 times. To add additional challenge to this exercise, hold the extended position, keep the hips high up, and try to do marching, bringing one knee to the chest while the pelvis remains very steady. Make sure you don't stress your lower back, and make sure not to rotate your hips, as this can add strain to the back. So with this approach and the exercises the way we have calibrated them, you're going to get fantastic results, and you're going to get absolutely tiring and kick butt workout in just 15 minutes.
I used to be a fat kid till I was 14 years old, and then suddenly in a spate of about 2 or 3 months I shot up and I lost all that baby fat, and things were different then. But for a large part of my life I was overweight, but look at me now. Where I started off in this particular phase of mine was seeing Ritik's results. I saw some pictures of him for the body that he had prepared for Krish, and I was like, wow, these are unprecedented results. I've never seen anything like it. So I did some research, and I got in touch with this trainer, and he assigned me a trainer. So I think the drastic transformation program is done wonders for Ritik, and I think I'm very happy with the way the results have turned out for me as well. When you are fit, when you're in your best shape, you get confidence, you feel better about yourself. So it's fun being in good shape. It's difficult, but I guess the results are worth it.
Now it's time to treat our taste buds. Let's see what Chef Ritu Dalmia has cooking up for us today.
तो एक bowl चाहिएगा dressing के लिए. So this is my take on the classic Thai prawn and pomelo salad. A much lighter and a healthier version, because we don't use any shrimp paste, any fish oil, any oyster sauce in any of the salads. So what I have here is some just plain and simple steamed prawns, lots of it. pomelo, we are spoilt, so we use pomelo in season. But when you don't get pomelo, you can always use oranges or even mosambi for that matter. Mint leaves, lots of it. You can never have enough of mint. Basil, again, lots of it. Then what I have here is some very finely julienned red Thai chili. You don't get this, use fresh chilies. If you don't like spices, use red peppers instead. Okay, some very nicely finely chopped lemongrass, only the soft part, because the outside part of lemongrass is very, very chewy and it gets stuck to your palate. So only the tender part inside. And of course, I mean, I'm Italian chef, as we all know it, so rocket has to go in even if it's a Thai salad. Okay, so this is the dry mix. And now for the dressing, again very simple. I use a little bit extra virgin olive oil. Actually, let's make it a little bit more because this is good fat, very healthy. Then I have a little bit of jaggery, little honey, lemon juice, salt. Can never have enough of it. Jaggery just does a little trick to it. It adds the oomph factor, slight sweetness, and tamarind water will add the sourness, because as they say that anything should, what you cook should have all the 5 tastes: sugar, sweet, spicy, salty, sourness, and they have umami, I think, which is the bitterness or the meaty flavor. But we are boycotting the umami flavor because we are not adding any shrimp paste to it. Okay, some dressing. And now comes the nice part. These prawns are spoiled. They need a Thai massage. So massage it very nicely. Maybe just a little bit more of jaggery. So I like crunchy in all my salads. So your options are roasted peanut. You could put caramelized cashew nut. You could put any caramelized nut for that matter. Some toasted sesame. And if you want, you could also add some shredded coconut to it. It's optional, it's up to you. So I will just use it for the garnish maybe. I don't like to cook anything which takes over 5 minutes. So is someone timing me? I think this was about a 3-minute salad. Healthy. And look how beautiful it's gonna look. Okay, guys who have nut allergy can skip the peanut part. And shredded coconut, just to play with colors, a little bit of shredded coconut.
Now it's time for our weekly restaurant spy, where we take a nutritionist to a restaurant and see what we can eat healthy. Featured today is Starbucks. Can we really down those endless cups of coffee and not gain weight? Let's find out.
Nothing can beat Starbucks when it comes to coffee, and that's exactly why we're here today. I am with Ekta Tandon, our expert nutritionist this week, who's going to tell us exactly if Frappuccino is healthier than a latte. What say, Ekta?
Yes, coffee itself is an art. So let's check out what Starbucks has in store for us today.
Yes, let's go.
I think we should go with all the popular choices here.
Thank you.
So we have got a cafe latte and we have got a soy cappuccino. Both are very good options for your breakfast, let it be morning or evening.
Wow, Ekta, the soy cappuccino is actually quite nice. This is the first time I've tried soy milk in any sort of coffee. And it has this sweet tinge which doesn't really make me much sugar. And this coffee doesn't have any sugar.
Yeah, it doesn't have. But that's the irony, you know. Soy in itself is a little sweeter than normal milk. So that's the added advantage. You can always go for soy milk coffee without the sugar. That's like lower in calories.
So you don't even feel guilty then.
So that's cheers to coffee.
A lot of people who love to work out swear by coffee. What do you think is the best option and the most popular option for them?
Espresso.
Really? In what form?
In short form.
Okay, and how does that really help?
When you are having this coffee, you can work out for longer and you can work out harder. It also helps you relieve the pain. People who get a lot of pains and sores in their body, they can have the coffee and it would not be there.
So you can have an espresso shot any time of the day?
Anytime you are going for your workout, make sure that you are having it 20 or 30 minutes before your workout and then it's fine.
You know, someone once told me that macchiato actually means marking something. And I was asking someone at Starbucks here and they actually mentioned that they've marked this with caramel syrup on top. And that's what makes it so special.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and this is hazelnut latte. It looks like any other regular latte, I think, with some hazelnut syrup inside. But which one would you recommend?
Hazelnut latte.
Why? Again.
Okay, in caramel macchiato, what they use is vanilla syrup and this thing that you just spoke about, the caramel on the top, which is an added thing. Whereas in hazelnut, they just have the hazelnut syrup and that they are adding fruit pumps. You can ask them to reduce the amount of pumps they are using.
Our frappuccinos are here. I guess this is the mocha frappuccino and
the caramel one.
Yeah, so frappuccinos are anyways quite a favorite amongst coffee lovers, and I love frappuccinos myself. But if you have to have it at night, then how do you do that? And which one should we go for? Mocha or caramel?
I would say caramel is better. And you can have it in the night with your friends, not like this, but like this.
Oh my God. That's a lot of cream.
Yeah, so that
you can put it here.
So you can take this off and you can have it.
Wow, so should we then just go ahead and do that? So next time when I order the caramel frappuccino, I can actually tell them to put less of caramel and just fill it up with ice.
And of course, no whipped cream and half of sugar.
Of course.
If you're going for frappuccino, go for it without the whipped cream and lesser sugar. And if you're going for latte or a cappuccino, ask them to add some soy milk. If you're a workout buff, you should go for espresso at least 30 minutes before your workout. That would do wonders to you.
Now this was some coffee overload. Starbucks has made me fall in love with coffee all over again. This is all we have for now. Catch you again next week. Another restaurant spy. This is Seher for Men's Health.
With that, we come to an end of today's episode. But don't forget to tune in next week, because you know, we're not happy with your fit, not until you're at your fittest.